Happy Friday, everybody. Captain Coder here on this beautiful Friday morning. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. It's so nice to see you this morning. We got so many people here already. So nice to see all of you. Corfless, my friend, just in time, was done with uni today. Have a good Friday, sir. Thank you so much, Corfless, for those well wishes. I'm gonna have a beautiful Friday, my friend. I hope you have a beautiful Friday as well. So nice to see everybody today. Dramulks, MMO Pug. We got Royal C-Dub Gaming. So nice to see you, Royal C-Dub Gaming. I hope you have a fantastic test. I don't know if fantastic test is the right thing to say, but I hope you have a good, what am I trying? Good luck on your test. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope you don't need luck for the test. I hope you're feeling well prepared. I hope it's not stressful, and I hope you do great. Mooniz says, let's see how many tests we can write down. I'm hopefully not writing any tests today, just some unit quizzes, Mooniz. Hopefully no unit tests, just some unit quizzes. Royal C-Dub, folks. Royal C-Dub is also a streamer, an aspiring indie game developer, 3D artist, and flight simulating champion. Got to check out his stream on Twitch and on YouTube. Go check it out. Give him some love. Give him some love. Give him some love, folks. All right, so what are we going to do today? What have we been doing? What have we been doing? I usually get an 89 out of 100, I hope. 89 out of 100. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Is that an A minus? I think that's an A. When I was in school, I think an 89 was an A minus. It was like either 87 to 89 was an A minus, I think. I don't know. My school doesn't use grades. We don't have a grade system. Our system is all written feedback, mostly written and verbal feedback. I don't think. I was gonna say I don't believe in grades, but that would, it's not that grades don't exist, so I can't just be like, well, I don't believe in grades. I don't think grades are the best way to evaluate someone. It's really hard to write, to just put a number on someone's, just stamp a number. There's so much more into it than that. So what are we working on? What have we been working on? We're building out a crafting system, folks. A crafting system. We're implementing an RPG-inspired crafting system. If you haven't been here, where have you been? If you haven't been here, where have you been? No, it's fine. It's fine. You don't have to be here every day. That's why I decided to start putting together this blog. Sorry, light mode only. If anyone's out there, if there's anybody out there, is there anybody out there who'd like to implement a dark mode for this site? Any front-end developers, Captain Coder wants to hire you. If you're a front-end developer and you'd like to get paid, Captain Coder needs someone to implement a dark mode. Dramulk says you can get those free dark mode plugins. Look, Dramulk, not all of us, some of us are simpletons. We don't know what a plugin is. What's this plugin you're referring to? All I know about are Chrome extensions. I've never heard of this plugin. This plugin, are you saying is you saying there's an extension? You could always just invert the colors. What? That's right though. But I would love to get a dark mode for this. I'm not good at the UI stuff. I'm not good at the UI stuff. Of course, it's use fidget spinner plugin. What is this plugin you speak of? What is this plugin you speak of, friends? What is a plugin? That said, okay, what have we been working on? We're making an RPG crafting system. Go to crafting.captaincoder.org if you want to get caught up. If you need to get caught up on what we've done. We're on day 5, folks. This is crazy. We've done day 1 through 4. My goal is to spend 7 days implementing the first pass. What are we doing? I'm really happy. Here's day 1. We designed our we specified what we want to learn. What do we want to learn? What do I want to learn? What are we going to try and learn about? Scriptable objects, using dynamically linked libraries in Unity, and playing around with the UI toolkit. We've done all of these things. So learning goals, check. Got them. Although the UI toolkit stuff, we still got some room. We got a lot of room to grow. We got a lot of room to grow in all of these. But I feel really quite comfortable with scriptable objects at this point. I don't think I understand them in full depth, but I know how to use them, and I feel like I understand the benefits of them. Royal Z-Dub says, I have to go get ready for school. Have a beautiful day, Royal C-Dub. As always, keep coding, keep growing, and you, sir, are welcome back anytime. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. Good luck on your test. Okay, then our project, so crafting system. Here's what we're trying to get done today. Not today. Here's what we're trying to get done. Here comes proton rating. There we go. That's right, Corfless. Thank you so much for that, Corfless. Proton is an astounding Commodore 64 coder, guru, musician, and graphician. An absolute legend in my book. Check out his SoundCloud. Check out his stream. Give him some love. Give him some love. Let's get a shout out for Proton in here. Proton. Why can't I do Proton? There it is. Shout out. Give him some love, folks. Give him some love. Hit that little heart button. If you're not following Proton, you're not getting the best musical experience of your gosh darn life. The best gosh darn music experience you've ever had over there on Proton's channel. Gotta go give it some love. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button. You won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. Bo Elvin, I'd like to welcome you to this crew. Bo Elvin, thank you for the salute, my friend. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world, Bo Elvin. So nice to see you this morning. Happy Friday, folks. All right, so our goal here, this is what we're trying to do. I need a second. Everyone, I need a second. I'm so sorry. I need 30 seconds. I shall be back. I shall be back. So sorry for that, folks. Captain Coder's back. I apologize. I hope that was 30 seconds or less. I didn't count. But Bo Elvin, I want to thank you for the follow. Bo Elvin, thank you for the follow, and welcome to the crew. Bo Elvin, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. If you're new here, I think you might be. Captain Coder is me. I am Captain Coder. This is Captain Coder's Academy. Sorry, folks. Sometimes when I get a little teary. I gotta wipe those tears away. I got some wet eyes this morning, folks. I'm not sure why. I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm not crying because I'm happy. I got some leaky facial orifices this morning, so I apologize for that. But Bo Elvin, I'm a computer science educator, computer science instructor, programming teacher. I work with mostly students ages 10 to 14. That's the age of my school. But I'm on the stream so we can learn to code and grow and build ourselves up every day a little bit more. So if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. Keep them family friendly. And backseat coding is highly encouraged and welcome here. So thank you so much for the follow. Happy to have you aboard. All right. So we are in the process of making a crafting system. So the crafting system is going to be grid-based system. You drag items into that grid, you hit craft, you get an item out. Maybe. Check part says Captain codes in C# but drinks the Java. Gotta love that bean water, my friends. If you don't love bean water, that's okay. The Captain loves bean water. This stream is brought to you by Don Francisco's Butterscotch Coffee. Butterscotch Toffee Coffee. Don Francisco would like to thank you for drinking the Butterscotch Toffee Coffee Extravaganza. All right, folks, I'm sorry. What are we trying to get done today? What are our goals today? Do we have goals? Did I forget to, is my break timer running properly? Yes, break timer's just fine, folks. I forgot to reset it yesterday, and then everything went crazy. Give this man a sponsorship. Chugs Party says. Corfless says Java beans are nice, as well as I am a Javanese. No, really, Javanese. Those are knees that drink Java, folks. If your knees drink Java, they are Javanese. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, what do I want to get done today on our crafting system? So yesterday we started putting together a little gooey, using the ooey toolkit to make a gooey ooey. So that's sort of what we have right now. I don't know if this is good, if this is bad. If we make it bigger, we get more slots in there. I don't entirely understand this, but we were following, so Mooniz recommended this fantastic little tutorial for us. This is interesting. That we're following. ProtonFix, do you have Java applet support in any browser? I do not think so, Proton. If I do, I'm not aware of it. I don't think I have support for it in any browser at this point. Boyle says, thanks, just following the stream from Proton. Well, welcome aboard, my friend. So happy to have you here. So Moon has recommended this beautiful little tutorial that we're following, which sort of is exactly what we want. Not exactly, but very, very similar to what we want. So we want a drag and drop crafting system. And so we're gonna follow this tutorial. My first goal today, we got started on this yesterday, is to finish this inventory drag and drop tutorial. And I do have to, I have to limit myself to about 3 hours today because I have work. So Friday is my big work day. What I like to call my big work day. I have back-to-back classes on Friday. Monday through Thursday, my classes aren't back-to-back. So I can fit a little bit more on stream, go a little bit longer than I might otherwise. But today I gotta cut it short. So not short. I gotta do the actual scheduled time. But my goal is to finish the inventory tutorial and then try and modify it to display a grid based on our crafting container. So our crafting container can have a shape here that is not a perfect every spot. You can specify spots that are slotted out. Checks Party says, are you gonna write pure C# classes in order to unit test? We did that. So we have I discovered, so I have Captain Coder's crafting system. So this assembly has no engine references. I found out if you create an assembly, you can select no engine references, and then you won't have access to the Unity engine, like you can't use Unity engine. And then we have another one over here, it's hard to see a little bit, but we have crafting system.unity engine. So this is everything related to using it in Unity. So my idea is to create a library that sort of is independent. I kind of want to I have this idea. I don't know if this is going to happen. I have this idea where I want to take this crafting tool that I've written in C# and put it in Godot as well. Put it in Godot and so you have crafting system, which is like the core utility for it, and then have the crafting system.unity engine, which is sort of like the Unity layer. And then I want to do a Godot layer, so crafting system.godot, and that will be the Godot layer. I think that would be really cool to see if we could get that working at some point. But yes, we did that, and we did write unit tests for our crafting system that is essentially not related, doesn't have anything to do with UI stuff. It's just all of the logic of crafting. So I think we actually have a crafting system that will, I think will work. We might be missing a little bit here and there, but we got to get a UI and connect it up together. So I'm pretty excited to give that a shot. And so that's the goal today, is update the grid to actually use the crafting container that we can define. So if we go into crafting, we can actually define a crafting container using a scriptable object. So we made a workbench. It's a 4x4 crafting container. It can do woodworking in it, and it has the 4 corners missing. So it should look like this one at the end of the day. So it should be 4 slots, and then sorry, not 4 slots. It should be 16 slots, and then the 4 corners are gonna be grayed out. So that's my goal today, is can we get that done? Great question, Checks Party. I hope that answered your question. Yeah, and if you want to go back, this website here, I'm trying to keep it up to date with the blog of everything we've done so far at a high level, so people don't have to rewatch the whole video, but you can if you want. I just know the videos can be quite long. Thank you for asking. Excellent question. I hope that answered your question. Chick says, awesome. I like seeing your workflow. It's unlike anything a Unity tutorial tells you. Yeah, maybe I'm, just crazy, but I have found all of the Unity tutorials. In my opinion, I have not found a Unity tutorial. That's not entirely true. I've not found many Unity tutorials. I think 90% of the tutorials I've seen, maybe 95%, just like they teach you Unity concepts, which is fine, but that the concepts they teach you, the way they teach you to do it, are not, in my opinion, practical for building big projects. Or even like this would be something that you want to be able to drop into another project. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's hop in. So we started doing this one here. And so this tutorial, we made it down to this section here. So we added in this stuff here. Proton says this Chrome extension allows you using Java applets without installing Java. This Chrome extension. All right, this is a little scary. Chrome extension. I think if I do this, chirp applet runner. Cool. Let me bookmark this. I'm assuming there's some applet you would like me to check out. Is that correct, Proton? That said, I think I can run Java. I'm not sure if I can. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna bookmark that. Okay, so we have our inventory UI controller. So for us, this is part of our crafting system.unityengine.ui, and this is gonna be our grid slot. No. Close others. This is our crafting container UI controller. So this is sort of our version of this code. So ours is called a crafting container UI rather than a inventory UI controller. Every UI document has a queue. So we read through this. You can return the first. Okay, so this is just adding 20 grid slots. It's adding 20 grid slots. You should see something like this, creating templates. Okay, what's really cool about the UI, okay, so this is how far we made it. This is how far we made it in this tutorial. So this is where we are. Now we're in the creating templates. I hadn't read this part. What's really cool about UI Toolkit is the reusability. You've seen this a bit with styles, and it can also be done by creating custom controls in C# that you can still use in the UI builder. To do this, add the following code to your inventory slot. Okay. So it looks like we can do, we technically don't need these regions, but this might make sense here. So we're gonna do a region here at the top, it looks like. I'm not sure where preserve is coming from. This should be grid slot. Preserve. Let's see if it tells me where to get this from. Unity engine.scripting. This is all new to me. I haven't seen this before. So preserve. Preserve attribute prevents bytecode stripping from removing a class method field or property. Prevents bytecode stripping. I don't know what that means. But let's keep reading. Open the UI builder and click on the project tab under the library section. Inventory slot should now be an option under the custom control C# section. Drag and drop inventory slot as a child under slot control. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. So does this need to be inside the class at the end? Okay, so this is adding, this is cool. This seems cool. Let us format this. Preserve. So this is we're creating a new class because UXML factory So there seems to be something called UXML Factory, generic base class for UXML factories, which instantiates a visual element using the data read from a UXML file. And then, okay, so we're creating a class that just extends this, but specifies specific information about it. Interesting. Shiny games with the Irish John. Muniz says, when you build your game, you can tell Unity to strip assemblies. And that would probably force preserve them when stripping bytecode. Gotcha. Shiny Games, how is your Unity journey going? Shiny Games, welcome back, my friend. I'm so happy to have you here again. It's going fabulous, my friend. We are working on our crafting UI. So we're following this tutorial. So we have 2 goals today. I have 2 goals. As a crew, we got 2 goals. We're gonna finish this inventory tutorial, and then we're gonna try and update the grid to use our crafting container definition to populate it. All right, so we just added in this. This is super cool. I don't know, this really should, in my opinion, this shouldn't necessarily be inside of this class. I don't even think it needs, so let me try something. I don't think it needs to be inside of that. Let's see if this works still. UXML Factory. New is not valid for, oh, fascinating. I don't quite understand what this does. I hate when I do this on accident. I don't know why. I don't know how I open the blame. Okay. Let's just see what that did. So now it's saying, when it says, I didn't even use the factory. Gotcha. Gotcha. Open the UI builder, click on the project tab under the library section. Okay, so we're gonna get our UI builder open. Now under library, project, Captain Coder, crafting system, Unity engine, grid slot. Okay, so we have a grid slot now. Be sure to delete your loop in the inventory UI controller class if you decide to instead add your slots via UI builder. Okay, so I'm probably not going to do it during doing that because I want it to sort of build based off of. Sorry, I got to drink coffee mid-sentence. My body needed it. My body needed it. Yeah, checks party. Apparently you can. I don't quite understand that. I'm assuming what this means is that this is a class that is bound to an instance of the controller. I don't know for sure though. So this would be called, so in Java you can have static classes and you can have non-static classes. And so my guess is this is a non-static class. Proton says, can I show something people no longer can do, or is it can't do? It's something people can no longer do as we did 20 years ago. Specifically the Java applet? Sure. It might make sense, Proton, to post it on the Discord, but if you send a link or a video, I'd probably show it off, yeah. So let's see, new class, public, I'm super, new class, C#. New modifier. It's a new modifier. When used as a declaration, the new keyword explicitly hides a member that is inherited from a base class. When you hide an inherited member, the derived version of the member replaces the base class version. This assumes that the base class version of the member is visible, as it already be hidden if it were marked as private, or in some cases internal. Although you can hide public or protected members without using the new modifier, get a compiler warning. You can also use the new keyword to create an instance of a type or as a generic type constraint. Proton sent this. Let's check it out. I'm assuming I have to add this applet extension first. Let's get crazy on stream, folks, installing things without vetting. Or what am I supposed to see here, Proton? I might have to restart Chrome. Let us, one sec. Let's restart. We can restart it. We can make it better, faster, more powerful than ever. All right, get my runtime, my thing open here. Let's check this out. Boom. I got nothing. Failed to load resource. No, that's just the favicon. I don't know why this isn't working, Proton. So sorry it's not working. I don't know what to do. I apologize that I'm not getting it to work. Click the puzzle piece. Oh, do I have to do this? There we go. Thank you. Got to read the manual. Got to read that friendly manual. Ooh, that is a nice little die roller. I know Moth asks, why is Chrome all red? This is just so that I know that this is my Captain Coder account. So I created a fake account just for, and of course, yeah. So I created a fake account here for when I'm on stream. So that's red. That lets me know that this is my stream safe browser. Yeah. The Captain Coder is fake, Stramulk says. No, it's my privacy browser, so I don't have to open up a like incognito browser. I can still have bookmarks and stuff. So this is my streaming browser. That's what it is. So in Chrome, you can create different accounts. That's essentially what it is. Good question, I know, Ma. Cool. This is cool. So this is there anything special that I should know about this? This is really cool. This is software rendered 3D, or is this some kind of special Java interacting with my graphics card in some way? This is cool though. I got some of these on my shelf back there in my Dungeons and Dragons kit. Okay, so that said, let's look here. Let's see. Oh, it's this source code. Source code. Ooh. Thank you for sharing this, Proton. Super awesome. Okay, so I gotta press some buttons. Do these? Oh, look. We have the technology. We can make it go faster, slower. Super cool. Thank you so much for sharing, Proton. Really, really neat. If you press the arrow keys, you can get it to start rotating in various different directions. That's the part I was missing there. Very cool. Thank you. Drama says, now I've been hacked. That's right. Gotta be careful of them hacksaws. Okay, so let's hop back over. But yeah, Proton, thank you so much for that. Super cool. Okay, so let's get back down here. We're exploring this. Mooney, that's actually a Bitcoiner in disguise. Check my CPU usage. What's going on? Suddenly the stream's like, my computer's dying. Exactly. That's genius. One of the, there's a Minecraft, anyone doesn't know what Docker is. Docker is like a virtual, it's kind of like a virtual machine, but there's a Docker, the Minecraft Docker, like the most used Minecraft Docker, turned out to be have a Bitcoin miner inside of it. Had millions of people running. I thought that was the funniest thing ever when I discovered that, because people want to get a Minecraft server up and running. Okay, so creating templates. So this is cool. I didn't know we could do this. This is super cool. So you can add in your own, you can add these grid slots in here. So if you wanted to see what it would look like with a specific number, you can. So that's super cool. I really think that's cool. I don't quite understand what the new keyword does. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research to understand it. But essentially it seems to be doing, sounds like it's doing some kind of information hiding, and this preserve is keeping it from being stripped. So it's like this new here would actually hide it, but this preserve somehow does something that prevents it from being hidden. I don't quite understand it, but it seems that we can use it in this way. Very, very cool. Okay, so populate and interact with the UI. Now that you have an inventory that looks decent, that's decent is the key word here. Doesn't look great, doesn't look bad, doesn't look amazing. It's somewhere in the middle. It's decent and has slots. It's time to make it interactable. Before we jump into how the event system works, it's probably a good idea to review Game Controller, a helper script that came bundled with the starter project. All right, I didn't look at this. Game Controller generates a small item database. So I think we might just ignore this. Check expresses, can you write a class in C# and then later overwrite it in another class with public new class? That seems to be what they're doing here. That said, I don't really know. But yeah, that seems to be what they're doing here. So notice the names are kind of the same thing here and here. But I gotta look into it. Corflet says, all right, Captain, I will hi-fi rush my way to the challenge. I will still keep coding, keep growing, and welcome back anytime. So don't have to say it. All right, my friend, as you know, you can keep coding, keep growing, and you are welcome back anytime. Have a beautiful day, Corflet. Thank you for being here, my friend. Take care. We'll see you next time. All right, so we're gonna add a hook in here. So maybe I should do it with I didn't want to download their game controller. I just want to look at this though. Add a hook for on inventory changed. Before you can populate or interact with your UI, you will need to give inventory slot the ability to hold and drop items and the following code to inventory slot. So we're gonna have a hold item and drop item. Okay, so let's go to our slot here. And our idea for this is gonna be come on, let's do it. This is gonna be sort of set item and remove item. So it's gonna be that sort of thought here. So public void set item is what I'm gonna call it. And instead of item details, I'm actually gonna have this be our game or what did we call this? Item data. This is gonna be an item data item. So this is our version of an item. Just has a name. We probably want to add in an image to this. So this is our scriptable object. We're gonna go ahead and give this an image. Here, public image, image get private set. And we'll see field, serialize field, and we probably, let's see, is it under Unity engine.ui? There we go. So we're gonna make it so our items have an image associated with them. So let's come back over here in the Unity editor. And so we have the scriptable objects that we made previously. I didn't make any significant changes, I don't think. So we're not gonna save them. And then in my crafting folder, it's in items. My wood now has an image slot. My rope has an image slot. So since I added an image to my item, my scriptable object, to the item data scriptable object, now we can set images here. So let's go get a couple sprites. Let us make some sprites. DC DMX, DC DMX, DC DMX. Welcome to the crew. The captain would like to welcome you. DC DMX, I welcome you. I want to know how are you. DC DMX, welcome aboard. Thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Happy Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. This is Captain Coder's Academy. Do not hesitate to ask questions, programming related or otherwise. Just keep them family friendly. And backseat coding is highly encouraged. We're learning to code and grow together as a crew, my friend. So welcome aboard. Happy to have you here. All right, so we were gonna make some images. So I'm gonna actually do some Leonardo AI stuff. Let's get some Leonardo AI going. I'm gonna log into Leonardo AI on the off screen real quick. Leonardo AI, and let's see if we can generate some little icons. Continue. There we go. DC DMAX says greetings from Uruguay. So nice to see. I love that about streaming. I get to meet people from all over the world. The crew is all over the world, folks. We can learn and code together all over the world. It's fabulous. I love it. I love it. All right. So we're gonna see if we can generate. I'm gonna do. I know they don't say it's like set up for 512 by 512, but that'll reduce to 128. Nah, we'll do it this way. All right. What are we gonna generate? What are we gonna generate? Dekoshima, so nice to see you again. Sobal, let me know if that's how you want it pronounced. Sobal, hello, welcome. Welcome to Captain Coders Academy. So nice to see you. So we want a wood, a rope, and a boat icon. All right, so we're gonna go with wood icon RPG game, and let's see what we get. Try the prompt magic. I like that one. We'll go with digital art. Digital art's my favorite prompting type. Let's see what we get. And while that's going on, we're going to do a rope item icon. All right. Maybe I should just do rope icon here. You know, rope. This is probably going to be cause us. So rope coil is probably really what I should have done here. But let's see if we can get some images generated that we can add into our little crafting system demo here. Come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it if you put your mind into it. We're generating images, folks. I might have to make some images without AI. Come on, baby, come on. It's taking a while. Usually it's quite fast. But they're connected to OpenAI, and OpenAI sometimes gets quite bogged down. Oh boy, maybe I shouldn't have clicked prompt magic. Checkspire says, okay, so the new class line is hiding an inherited nested class from the base class. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. I'd never seen it before, and I'm really curious to understand all of the full details. Okay, so none of these are like, I love these icons, but they're not wood. They're wood-in icons, or icons made of wood. All right, so we're gonna go with stack of wood logs. Mooney says, but the UXML factory is not a part of mono behavior, so why is there a new in there? It is related to. We're extending. It's specifically because we're extending. Where are you? I believe it's because we're extending this class. We are inheriting from UXML factory. So you're extending this class in this way. And so check it out. It's this part. So it's not that it is a mono behavior, it's because it's extending these ones here. So you're required to do it, like they've specified that here. I don't fully understand that whole thing. Okay, cool. So we have some rope. I'm gonna steal some of these. These are mine. I generate them. All right, we're gonna download this. It's gonna be our. Where'd you go? Oh, I gotta save as. We're gonna put this into our, one moment please, please bear with the captain. Well, I saved the files off screen. Are you bearing with me, folks? Are you bearing with me? Well, can you hang on for a moment while I save this file to the boom. Come on, brain, you can handle it. You can handle it. Here we go. Crafting system art. Create a new folder. UI. Call this rope. Like that. Moonit says you could change the UXML file to a completely different name, item UXML factory, and skip the new keyword. Gotcha. Yeah, I gotta look into, again, I'm not 100% sure. The new keyword seems to be hiding some information. Sobal is these robes from Google or something, it has made itself. I think what they're doing there is these robes from Google or something. Oh, Sobal, good question. These, I'm using Leonardo AI to generate these. So they're AI generated. I didn't click wood logs, stack of wood logs, RPG game, digital art. Yeah, so these were generated by Leonardo AI, which is a tool for generating art assets. Revere says morning. Revere, I'm so happy you're here. Revere, thank you for being here. Yes, so the new keyword, that's right, Moon, is I'm pretty sure the new keyword is specifically hiding that we've called it the same thing, right? And so it's just sort of like this, I don't quite understand it. I need to look into it more. I don't want to say any particularly wrong detail. We're gonna go with Woodlog. Woodlog RPG game. We're gonna see if I want better. I don't like it. It's not good enough. We are learning the new UI. Exactly. We're learning the new UI system today, Revere. That's correct. That's correct, sir. Let's see here. Captain Coder crafting system art. Let's open this up in the GIMP. Open with the GIMP. Okay. Is this only in Unity 2022? I believe it's you can, no, I used it in 2021 on the last project. So no, it's not only in 2022. On the last project, I think I may have had to import it, as a package. So I did use it in the previous one. I used it to do my editor window. So I want to get this one here. This is gonna be our rope icon. All right, and we're going to remove the white. Oh, I gotta add an alpha channel. Add, undo. Add alpha channel. Remove the white from that. Revere says, so are elements generated with code? So with the new UI system, let's go take a look real quick. Great questions. So you can do a combination. So this is built using a sort of, WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get editor. So you can get a little bit of preview in here. And then you can also add in scripting to it. So this is the script that says, okay, take this base thing and we're gonna add in these grid slots. Okay, and so so when I run it, you can dynamically edit it at runtime as well. So modify it. So these are like slots that get put in there. So you can do a lot of work in the what you see, what you get editor. It's like drag and drop, modify using USS, which is like some form of CSS. And then you can bind it to scripts that do other stuff. I hope that answered your question. If you need more clarity, just ask. I am learning this as I go. So this is my first time really doing anything beyond, it's not my first time, but it's kind of my first time. That's a good question. My guess is, I have no idea. That's a good question. Real quick, we're now gonna scale this image. Scale image. We're gonna see if we can get this down to 128. Hang on. We're gonna make this square first. Image, canvas size. Let's make this 512 by 512. Just for now, we're gonna center this. Why did you do that? Oh, why did you do this to me? Oh, why have you done this to me? That's so weird that it added this stuff back in. Let me crop this gunk out like that. Okay. And then I'm gonna crop, can I get a 250? I don't know if 256 is gonna be enough. 256, 256. Drag that. Yeah, it's not quite enough. Make it a little bit bigger here. I wanna maintain the aspect. Chunk, okay, image, transform, scale down. Now we're gonna scale down to 128. Okay, so this is gonna be my rope icon. We're gonna export this as Mooniz says it's easier to work with than the older UI. It always depends on how you make the UI. Yeah, so it depends on how you use it. That makes sense. Checkspire says now I'm hungry for a pretzel. It does look quite a bit like a pretzel. We're gonna add this to our assets in our sprites. I'm gonna create a new folder here called items. It's gonna be our rope JPEG. I like PNGs better. We're gonna go with our rope PNG. JPEGs are lossy compression. PNGs are lossless compression. So JPEGs, you get fuzzy distortion stuff. PNGs, you don't lose that. G says, oh, I missed the coffee break. Oh, I was visiting the doctor. Well, we haven't gone on break yet, so you haven't missed it. We've only been going for 50 minutes here, so probably if you happen to be able to stick around for another 15, 30 minutes, you'll be getting in on that break with us, G. Drum says, I find the old UI easy as well. I didn't ever find anything particularly difficult about the old system. For what it's worth, I didn't find anything. I do think there's some really, really nice things about this one. The old system, you were sort of forced to build your canvas out in the hierarchy though. And so there's a little bit there that felt a little bit nasty. I like that it sort of isolates, it systematizes and isolates your UI stuff to these other tools. So your UI is sort of separated from your hierarchy. And then the way I ended up dealing with that is I would create scenes specifically for my different UI elements. And then those would get loaded in. I don't know if that is the best way to do it, but that's how I chose to manage that complexity. I really like this wood stack of logs, but I just want a single log. I want a single log. We're just gonna do this, get rid of that background. We're just gonna use this one if we can. And then the boat, by itself, boat, raft, made of logs, no background. Background, digital art. There we go. Let's try that. Wait, so you don't need to have the huge canvas plastered in your main scene. Yeah, this whole thing is just this user interface. And this user interface, we say, oh, load this UXML. This is all the information you need. And then here's the controller script for it. So this, I really like that about this tool so far. That said, I haven't used it enough to know what I dislike about it. Let's see if we can get the background of this to work. Because this would be an okay raft. It's a little bit awkward, but it doesn't have to be perfect, folks. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just have to get something we can use. All right, so we tried to remove the background from this. And what does the no background version look like? Looks terrible. Why is it so hard to get a log? Wooden log. By a single wooden log. Dramok says, what I'm waiting for is to see if it's actually more performant than the old UI, because if it's not, then it's a big meh for me. Well, not all of us are that picky. It just is, if it's not performant enough, get a new computer. Up that computer. We're gonna see if if we can get a background out of that one. Oh, can I get the backwards out of this one? I like this one here. Pac-Van says, yo, Pac-Van, how it do, my friend? How it do? So we're gonna take the back, see if we can get the background out of that. Then we get a background out of this one. That one's pretty good. That one's pretty good. I might do this. All right, so this is stack allow save as we want to go into our art UI. No. Crafting system art. Oh, apparently I thought I would made it a generated one. Logs. Oh, Chex says, how much of a hole-in-one's wallet is AI? It's not that bad. It's like Leonardo AI actually doesn't charge me anything, which is interesting. I don't even know if I wanted to get more credits. I don't know how. This one, I had to like sign up for though. That said, DALL-E cost me like maybe 4 cents to generate 4 pictures. It's not that much. I would be happy to pay for it. Sir Black Soul, welcome my friend. Sir Black Soul, I'd like to say thank you for coming to the crew, my friend. I'm so happy you clicked that follow button. Thank you for following Captain Coder's Academy, my friend. Sir Black Soul, happy Friday. Welcome aboard. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy, my friend. So happy to have you here. We are learning, we are growing, we are coding together. If you have any questions, programming related or otherwise, do not hesitate to ask. Do not hesitate to ask. I'm happy to entertain any questions you might have. Oh, I already downloaded this one. Oh, no, this is a raft. Sir Black says, wow, that will take you some time for such a performance on every follow. Look, I think most of the people are here just being like, I hope someone follows. I hope someone follows so that I can listen to some terrible singing. But Sir Black Soul, so thank you so much for the follow, my friend. As I said, this is Captain Coder's Academy. Happy to have you here. I'm a computer science educator. I teach computer science, I teach programming. We're learning to do some Unity stuff. I like this one a lot. And if backseat coding's encouraged. So if you see something, say something. Shady Game says, will it work if I unfollow and then follow again? I'm not sure. Give it a shot, Shady. Let's find out. I don't think it notifies me again if you follow. Chex Party says you lose your follow age then. I did not know that. All right, so we're in the process of making some stuff. So anyone who's new, anyone who doesn't know, we're on day 5 of making a crafting system. Pac-Fan says, I have a simple question. I'm not a good programmer. I'm not good at programming. Sorry, I misread that. How do I make a random amount of instances spawn in? I used a variable for the random amount, then I made a for loop. In the for loop, I did an instance create function, but somehow it makes an instance every frame. Is it in your update method? I'd be interested if it was in your update method, Pac-Man. For more complex questions, it's a little bit hard to answer on live because it's hard to put the whole question out there. If you're not on the Discord, you don't have to join. But I would recommend for some more. I think if you unfollow for a day and then you come back, it does the follow thing, but I'm not sure. But we do have a Discord. And it might be a little bit easier to post your question in our Ask for Help forum. And in the Ask for Help forum, you'll be able to post like screenshots and screenshots and other things, you'll be able to do that. Pagan says, well, do you make that on Awake? Oh, Shady Games asked Pac-Man, do you do it on Awake? Yeah, so I would need to see your code a little bit more to understand exactly, be able to give you a little bit more. You're in Game Maker. So I've not used Game Maker, so that one's a little bit harder. I send it via Discord. Yeah, send it on Discord, and then people will be more likely to be able to help you asynchronously. I might take a look. That said, I don't know anything about Game Maker, but I'll do my best to try and help you out. So good. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. All right, we're trying to get some pictures here. I got my rope. Let's see if we can get. I liked this log. Log, it's logs. Better than bad, it's good. Everyone needs a log. Log, it's log. I like this log. We built this log. All right, let's scale this image. 128 width. And then let's see if we can take this. I just sang the Slinky song. I didn't know that was why is it starting from the center? That's super interesting. I've never seen that before. Oh, my shift or control key must be set or something. I don't know. This log, why can't I select you? Why is it doing that? That's super bizarre. All right, well, we'll I must have something set. Expand from center. There it is. Okay. I want to move you up to the center, and then I'm gonna save you as a sprite. Crafting system. Captain. Nope. In here, assets, sprites, items, log.png. Pac-Man says, I sent. Oh, you'll send it. I'm so confused. I got caught up. MMO folks, happy, joy. Yeah, that was a little bit of a Ren and Stimpy reference there. Wow, there's some window that's not showing up. There we go. Do I have it as a PNG? I do. Export. And then we want to get our raft. Open our raft. That's a funny looking raft. That seems about as good of a raft as I could probably build in real life. Yeah, let's just jam these logs together like this. We'll crop this a little bit here. Image scale, image to 128 width. Yeah, it's supposed to be a raft. Canvas size, and we'll make it 128, and we'll center it. AI couldn't figure it out. This is just, as long as it floats. That's right, MMO Pug. As long as it floats. We're gonna export this as. I'm just trying to get some basic things, and I don't want to spend too much time on the assets part. As you know, I'm a coder, not an assetologist. I'm not an assetologist. I don't study the assets. All right, so in here, I'm sorry, folks. I keep in mid-sentence having to take a drink of coffee, and then I just inhale the coffee, and then my body rejects existence there for a moment. You'd think after over 30 years of practice, I'd be able to drink liquids better, but I can't. I never quite learned properly. Checkbar says, you're a master at those AI input fields. No, I'm not. Look at how many attempts it took me. Just to get a log. This was my first attempt to get a log icon. This was my second attempt to get a log icon. This was my third attempt to get a log icon. I don't even know. Wood log RPG game. Apparently I shouldn't put RPG game in there, because it's like, all right, we're going to give you a character named Woodlog. This is, yeah, so it took me like 5 tries just to get it. So I would not by any means suggest that I am a master of anything. All right, so but our rope here is gonna be, this should probably be sprite, not image, right? I'm not gonna be able to items. Hang on, crafting. Items, properties. I think it needs to be a sprite. I don't think I can actually drag the image in here. It's gonna be our boat. Yeah, I can't drag my image in there. I think it needs to be a sprite. So let's come in here to our edit script. I'm pretty sure this needs to be a sprite. Haha. Got to be a sprite so we can drag it in. Sprites. Oh. Checkfire says, well, I'm sure you'll get there one day. Maybe. Maybe. Look, you guys got a lot. You guys got a lot. Look, you guys got a lot of confidence in me. I just dragged rope into boat. So this should be raft. Okay, let's come down to our other items. Boat, rope, rope, and then wood, log. There we go. See, I can't even name things properly. Pac Van says I've sent it. I feel like it's not complex. Let's take a look. Let us take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Okay. Open in full view. This is the step event of a management object. I want to make a wave of object spawns. Use this code to spawn it. Step for I an enemy. Instance create. So let me ask a question. Is it creating an enemy every... You say it creates an enemy every frame. Is it creating enemy num every frame? So is it making several enemies every frame or just one? Is it making one enemy every frame? My guess, I would need to know when this code executes. So this code seems like logically makes sense. Say if the enemy number is 0, we generate a number between 3 and 6, and we do this loop that many times until and create something. I'd need to know when step is being called. I don't understand when step happens. Is this every frame? And I don't understand an instance create depth. If this creates something, then sure. I don't know though for sure. The logic there seems sound, assuming you do it. Yeah, so I understand that's the number that you have to spawn. Step is every frame. So every frame, you're gonna be creating that many. So that's the thing, where you don't wanna call step every frame. Instead, you'd wanna put it somewhere else. You need to call elsewhere. MGT what? Clicked follow. MGT what? Is it MGT what? MGT WT? I'm always have trouble. Twit. MGT, I'd like to welcome you to the crew. MGT, thank you for the follow. MGT, how are you today? I'd like to know, how are you? MGT, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. TWT equals Twitch, gotcha. Just so I'm not reusing usernames across platforms. Got you. So it's just MG. Welcome to the crew today. Scout. Oh, we got another one. Scouting Nate. I'd like to welcome you to the crew. Scouting Nate. How are you on this beautiful day? Everybody, I'm so sorry. Scouting Nate, I'm sorry your intro song wasn't as good. I reached down. Does anyone ever reach down into the bowels of their existence, and then you try and pull up a song and there's nothing there? I'm so sorry, Scouting Nate, that it wasn't better. That's your theme song now. Everyone, for having to endure that horrible songage. 50 points to all of you. Scouting Nate, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the follow. MG, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the follow. For those who don't know, I am Captain Coder. Captain Coder is me, and me is a computer science educator. That's right. Me is a computer science expert. No, I take it back. Educator, not expert. I am a teacher by trade, full-time teacher. I teach programming computer science to students aged 10 to 14, but this stream is for all ages. Family-friendly stream, folks. We are learning to code, learning to grow, so do not hesitate to ask questions, programming related or otherwise. Just keep them family-friendly. And backseat coding is highly encouraged. Chessboy says, who needs AI singers? We got the captain. That's right. Who needs AI when you've got Captain singing to you? La la la. Hazanoid says, hello, Hazanoid. So nice to see you here today. Beautiful Friday, my friend. How are you? Scouting Nate, MG, and Hazanoid. How are you on this beautiful Friday? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Okay, we got those added in. Okay, so now that we have some images, we can get back to the tutorial we're trying to follow here. It's somewhere, folks. It's somewhere. All right, now that we have our icons, we can get back to our tutorial that we're going through here. Scouty Nate says, I'm just sat here on my lunch break eating a honeydew melon. Ooh, you know who love you, Scouty Nate? Your honeydew. Your honeydew. That sounds delicious. Hazanoid says, I'm all good, thank you. Got a good day planned as I'm traveling to visit my parents. Fabulous. Enjoy your visit. Sir Black Soul says, please take this as compliment, but you give me the feeling you've been part of Disney's opera or something. Well, you know, nope. I did sing in community choir when I was in college. So I actually went to school to be a music teacher. I wanted to be a band director. So I have a little bit of a music bone. But my singing is far from musical. Yeah, so what are we doing here? We're in the process. Okay, yeah. So we're trying to create a crafting system in 7 days. 7 days. We're making some good progress. In our grid slot, we need to be able to set the item here. Okay, and so then we also need to be able to have like a remove item. The GUID, I don't know if we want that, but we're sort of looking at it here. Chex Party says, maybe Disney will produce a new movie called The Captain Coder. Maybe they will. Sir Black Soul says, +1 to that. Pac-Man says, music. Syntax error, that's right. I got caught up in a Stack Overflow there, Pac-Man. So, and what's the game about that you're making? Good question. Scanning says, what platform are we using? I use Godot myself in this project. All right, so for those of you who are new, I've been keeping a blog here. So Captain Coders Academy, we try to do a new project every week or two. And so if you just join us, we're on day 5. The last 4 days, I've done a little blog post. So here's what we're trying to do. We're building a crafting system that I hopefully want to be able to drop into any game that I write. So in April, I'm planning to do this dungeon crawler jam. So the 2 weeks before this, we built a procedurally generated dungeon, or a procedural dungeon generator. So let me show you some screenshots of that just so you can get an idea. So we built this dungeon generator. We can generate dungeons, like little, labyrinth maze things last time. And so the idea is to use that for the dungeon crawler jam. So we built a little library to do that. Someone on my Discord suggested a project. They said, hey, I'd love to see, I'm surprised no one's done this. Can you do a crafting system? I was like, ooh, that'd be super cool. And so that's what we're doing now. We're doing a crafting system, seeing if we can get done in 7 days, in a week, essentially. And so this is a learning stream, educational stream. So my goal is I want to learn about scriptable objects. We're using Unity. I'd never used scriptable objects before. In fact, I'd kind of avoided them. And so learning about scriptable objects, using external libraries in Unity, and then using the UI toolkit, the new UI toolkit for Unity. So super, super cool. Learning all this cool stuff. The cool thing is, Scouting Nate, one of the things I'd love to do with this, you mentioned Godot. I've written it in such a way that my crafting system is actually agnostic to Unity. It doesn't use the Unity system. And now I built that, I wrote tests, I got that working the way I kind of want it to. And now I'm writing a Unity version that lives on top of it. So it uses all the logic from the crafting system. I would love to take that crafting system and build a Godot version of it. That said, I've never used Godot, so that might be down the line, but that's sort of the idea I have. Hazanoid says, I know that seems like a great way to share knowledge with others. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Galley Note says, that doom fill, exactly, that doom fill. Windows 98 screensaver vibes, for sure. Scanning says, Godot 4 came out yesterday or the day before. Oh, the official release of Godot 4? I'm gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds really, really cool. I've been really interested in it since they announced C# stuff. I tried to get it working a while ago, but I ran into an issue with mono not being installed properly on my Windows machine. All right, so we're trying to mimic this tutorial a little bit. So we have a hold item and drop item is the next thing we're gonna add in. So for mine, set item, and I'm gonna do public void clear item for mine, like this. So the idea is we have this item details coming in. Scanning says, great to make it independent and game engine. That's what, I'm going to try. Well, I'm not going to say I haven't successfully done it just yet. All right, so in this, it says if inventory trace line is holding anything, the GUID and the icon will be set. So I actually think maybe here, rather than the GUID, I want this to be our, I guess, icon.texture. We'll keep going with this here for now. Scouting Nate says Godot can also be run in browser from what I've heard. So good for teaching potential. Yeah. I've heard that is true, and that's one of the things I'd love to do. Is C# implementing Godot 4 then? So they have a Godot C#. There is the latest version. You can use C# scripts, yes, in 4.0. So the version that just came out. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons I would look to do it. Moon says, why are Godot developers so keen on trying to get everyone to go over to Godot? I don't see this in any other community. I can't tell if you're joking or not, Moonness. I see that Unreal all the time, and people come into my stream all the time. Why aren't you using Unreal? Why have you chosen Unity over Unreal? I think a lot of people, I think there's a lot that say that. Yeah, Check Spider, Godot added C#. I think that's a really smart move on their part. Hasn't says, oh, that's great. I assume that can be used alongside GD script so you get the best of both worlds. I have no idea. Perhaps. Sir Black Soul, Linux people on Windows streamers. Yeah. Come over to the dark side, my friends. Welcome to Arch Linux. Okay. Image slide is holding anything. GUID and icon will be set. If it's not, they'll be empty/null. Scanning says Godot is really lightweight, so for me, who doesn't have a powerful computer with loads of space free, makes it nice and easy to develop. Moon says it's serious. It's way more Godot the last few weeks than Unreal. I've seen a couple of Unreal, but also seen 10 plus Godot questions. I think part of it is Godot is like been moving towards releasing the version 4.0, and that happens to be C#. And my stream is advertised as like a learn C# stream. So I think that might be it. I don't know. Maybe not. That said, I really don't know. Yeah, good. That's a good thought. Go to Godot, you do. That's right, Chex Party. Go to Godot, you do. If you're a doe, you gotta go to Godot, you know. If the inventory slot is holding anything, it's set. Okay, and then add the following to the end of the inventory controller. So we're gonna say on the inventory change, we're gonna notify our game controller, but we don't have a game controller. This is like their script. So I just want to look at what this does and add the following new method in our controller on inventory changed. On inventory changed, list of strings. I gotta read through this. For each string in item GUID. So this is gonna be a list of inventory change type, like this. Save your script and push play in Unity. You should now have 3 items in the player's inventory. Interesting. So I don't like that they sort of are glossing over this thing. But this is saying that on start, I think on start they're setting some items in here. All right, so I'm gonna do a thing here. Where when we set the item data, I'm gonna do icon dot. What did they do? Icon.image is icon.image.sprite. Let's see, icon.image equals item dot. Let's go look at item data. We have a sprite on this. Item dot what am I calling this though? Item data, it's called image. Let's rename this sprite. Item.sprite sprite to image. That's sort of what I want to be able to do. Icon.sprite equals. I think we can do this. I don't know if this is the right thing to do. What's the difference between the image .textsprite.texture? That's interesting. I've never used it this way. Its texture type is a texture 2D. Item.image. Image is a texture. Okay, we're gonna give that a shot. I've never done this before, so this is really interesting to me. I've done like setting sprites before, so I wonder how that works. What's the difference between that? I'm not sure what GUID is in this regard, but I might do the following here, where I'll do item data, item like this, and we'll just set. Since this is a scriptable object, it should be sort of like a global thing. And so we'll do item equals item like this, and then our clear item is going to be icon.image equals null. We're sort of trying to translate this here, and then our item is equal to null. We're gonna give that a shot here for this. Before you populate it, so they've done something to handle. Oh, they haven't done anything to handle it. They've done something that populates these things. Okay. In that case, what I should hopefully be able to do in our craft inventory UI controller awake. Okay. Game troll, and then add the following game troller. All right, so in our awake here, we set these grids. I'm gonna see if I can set some of these to be item.set. Okay, here we go. We'll try this. M slot container. M slot container. What are you? Visual element. We're gonna add this item. We'll just set, okay. I can't quite figure out, my brain can't quite process. Item.set item, and then item data. So question, can I add, so scriptable objects are scriptable objects singletons? Like I made this wood. If I want to access this, I need to like drag it into something to be able to get access to it. If I want to access a scriptable object, so I'm looking here. Let me see here. So in my items here, so I made this wood thing. What I mean is like this instance is a singleton, right? This instance is a singleton. There's only gonna ever be one of these in existence. Is there a way to access this from the code easily? Revere says there is a scriptable singleton though. So I was wrong. I didn't want my item data to be a singleton. I want my wood to be like a single instance. I think singleton is the wrong word. I just let myself get wrong, say something wrong there. When it says it's not a singleton, you can create many of each scriptable object. Yes, it's not a singleton, but this wood should be unique in that there will never be more than one of these wood scriptable objects. I can't like instantiate a new wood. It's yeah. So I think I answered my own question here. Checkspray says, can get it from asset path is one option. There can be two references to it. You would have to load it manually by using like database asset.find asset. The alternative, so here's a question. Can I have like a manifest? I would love to have some kind of manifest that lets me access it here. Let's, I almost need a scriptable objects like my items manifest. Shiny Game says, I also sometimes put that in resource one, use resource.load, pretty convenient. You can create a scriptable object that holds scriptable objects. Yeah, so I don't want to have to manually set that up though. I would like to have a thing that has like a database where I can go find them, but maybe that's not a good idea. So let's make another scriptable object. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Here's my, I don't know if makeshift solution is the right word, but here's the solution that I'm hoping to employ. So we're gonna create a new scriptable object called item database, like this, and this is gonna be a scriptable object. One sec. Sorry, my font's small, folks. I forgot to increase it for you. I was working yesterday. I usually do that before stream. So I apologize that it was so small. Item database is going to be a scriptable object, and this is just going to be a list. A list of, I need to have using system.collections.generics. I need to be able to have a list here. Let's have this reload. This is going to conflict here. This is going to be file name database and crafting item database. Crafting item database. Order will be 4. And the idea is this will be a set of items that sort of like is grouped together, and I can go look things up in it. Okay, so in this case, we're gonna have a public list of, Muna says, anything in resource folder will be loaded into memory on startup, so putting things there isn't the best. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's really good to know. That's crazy. I didn't know that. So yeah, using the resource folder is like, you don't want to put much of anything in there if you can avoid it then. Could have its benefits, yeah. I assumed it was something that you wanted to load dynamically later, specifically since you have like resources.load rather than resources.access or something like that. We do need to take a break here pretty soon, folks. We're getting really close. I saw the warning a minute ago. 86 minutes. All right, so I want to get this. I want to get just this thing here. So this is going to hold item data, items, get private set, and this is going to do a field, serialized field. Muniz, the resource folder is a common source of many problems in Unity projects. Improper use of resource folder can bloat the size of the project's build, lead to uncontrollable excessive memory utilization, and significantly increase application startup times. I knew that there were some things about the resource folder I didn't understand, and I didn't know that specific thing. So that's really, really good to know. The next thing I want to do here, and we're going to do this later, but I'm going to stop here so that I can take a break. But the idea here is our item database is going to hold all of these. Check prices. I use resource folder. I've used the resource folder before, for sure. Create crafting item database. My idea here is that you just put all of your items. Hang on. Properties. Create folder database. We're gonna just add all of these here. So we'll be able to access these. I ideally would want to make this have a button where we can click something and it will like go and find all of these and just automatically populate it. But we're gonna do this for now. And the idea is that we'll be able to access this database somehow. All right, folks, we are at our limit. I do need to take a coffee break. When we come back, MG says, from learnunity.com 3.1, best practice for the resource systems, don't use it. Yeah, so I had seen that. Before. I think the best practice isn't necessarily don't use it, it's that you should use it with caution and understand how to do it. That said, I don't know. When it says continue with, Well, the problems that this folder make it less suitable for production, so it can still be useful for fast prototyping. For full production of new projects, you should usually use the addressable package for asset organization. Good to know. Revere says, this is how I have all my commodities set up. Gotcha. All right, folks, when we come back, if you're new here, get yourself ready. We're going to be doing some stretches when we come back. That's right. Hey, you in the back, pay attention. When we come back, we are going to get into some stretchage, folks. So be sure to be ready for some stretches. Get your mom in the room, get your dad in the room, get your dog, get your cousin, get your uncle. If they don't live with those people, if you don't have a roommate, get them on the phone. We is gonna do some stretches when I get back. I'm out of bean water. I gotta get some more bean water. Gotta get some more life liquid, which is water, by the way. The breath, the liquid that fuels me. I gotta go get it. But before we do, we got epic high five. Welcome to the crew. Epic high five. I'd like to welcome you to Captain Coder's Academy, where we learn and grow and code together in blissful harmony. So thank you for the follow. Thank you for being here. I welcome you to the crew. Thank you so much for the follow, Epic High Fiver. What an epic name. I wish I could give you a high five, my friend. Happy Friday. Welcome aboard. I gotta take a break. We're at 90 minutes, folks. I shall return. All right, everybody, thank you so much for bearing with me in that moment. I apologize. For running out of bean water, for needing to get some more liquid in my body. I'm so sorry to keep you waiting. I hope you will forgive me. But you know what time it is? It's time to get some stretching in. You know the captain loves you. The captain loves you out there. The captain loves you. You should love you. You're a beautiful person. You deserve to be loved. And if you love yourself,
You in the back. Pay attention.
that's right. Pay attention. If you love yourself, then you should love your body. If you love your body, you got to take care of it. And one of the things you can do to take care of your body is get up every 60 minutes, every 90 minutes, 2 hours tops. So you got to get up, move around. If you're like me, you're just like a coding troll on your computer all day. You're on your computer all day, hunched over, causing yourself some RSIs. Those are some repeated stress injuries from not getting up and moving. So let's get on up. Go and stand up with me, please. And we are gonna do some stretches. So first thing I want you to take that elbow, bend it up behind your head. If you can, get it back there. See if you can touch your back. It's okay if you can't touch your back. Do your best. Grab that elbow, pull it across. We're getting a stretch in here, folks. You should feel it along this side. If it hurts, you're stretching too hard. It should just, as soon as you get that tension in there, feels good. If you're not getting any tension, you can lean your head back into it, or you can lean to the side. But get that stretch and we're gonna get that blood flowing. We're gonna hold this for 25 seconds. Just hold it there. Oh, should feel good. It feels great. Oh yeah. Oh, taking care of yourself, folks. You gotta do it. You gotta love your body, love yourself, and take care of yourself, my friends. So join me in this. All right. And we're gonna switch sides here. Go ahead and bring it out, bring it down, switch sides, get that other arm up behind your head, grab that elbow, bring it across, and get a little bit of tension. And then once you have that tension, you hold it. You'll hold it. Don't want to go too hard. You don't want to pull anything. Just want to get that blood flow just right. 20 more seconds, folks. We're going to hold this for 20 more seconds. Thank you for joining me in this stretch, everybody. I know you're doing it. I know you're out there. I know you got your mom in the room. Your mom's stretching with you. Your dad's stretching. Maybe you got your goldfish stretching with you. I appreciate it. They appreciate it. You love them. They should love themselves. And if they love themselves, they love their body. And if they love their body, they take care of it. All right, let that down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Feel good. Let's go ahead. Reach around. See if you can grab your shoulder blades. If you can't grab your shoulder blades, that's okay. Get as far as you can and just give yourself a nice little squeeze. You're gonna lean forward into it as you do this. Oh, see if you can hold that for 20 seconds. Keep that breathing nice and constant. Don't hold your breath when you do this. If you hold your breath, you might faint. You don't wanna hold your breath. You don't wanna hurt yourself. You wanna take care of yourself. You wanna love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Are you loving yourself? If you're not loving yourself, then love yourself. I demand it of you. No, I don't demand it. I love you, though. All right, shake it out. Bring it out. Bring it up. Do some shoulder rolls, folks. We're going to start going backwards with the shoulders. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. 2, 3, 4. Full arm. 2, 3, 4. Bring it forward. 2, 3, 4. With the elbows. 2, 3, 4. Full arm. 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, doesn't that feel good? Shake it out a little bit. Shake it, shake it out. Thank you guys so much for joining me in that stretch. We're gonna reset that break timer so we know when we need to do it again. But thank you so much for joining me in the stretch. Thank you for taking a moment to take care of yourself. And for being here with me doing those stretches. 50 points to all of you because you deserve it. It's literally, no, I guess not the least I could do. I could do nothing, that's true. It's it's almost the least I could do. Almost the least I can do. Let's zoom back in here. Oh, a little too far. Unless you guys, what do you guys think? Maybe should I just leave it zoomed in? Right here. Is this the view that people want? Is this what we need today on this stream? Do we want this on the stream? What do you guys think? Scouty Nate says, I just did stretches with a stranger on the net. And didn't it feel wonderful? Didn't it feel great? Don't you feel good about yourself for doing it? There's no reason not to. You know, doing stretches on the internet with the crew, it's what we do. I'm gonna get some googly eyes on my cheeks. Yeah. What if I'm like, maybe I could get down here like this. What if, is this what you guys want? The captain coding glare. Just take a screenshot of that, just put that down there. No, we'll zoom out just a little bit. Get my face in there. Because that's what we want to see. Got to give the people what they want. Okay. Let's see if my AI can, maybe I need to zoom out a little bit more so my AI can, oh, I hit a button. Ooh, apparently there's some presets I can have on here. My camera has, I didn't know that. Everybody folks, my camera has some preset buttons, 1, 2, and 3. I didn't know what those did, but apparently they preset to, no, that's a lie. I'm pressing them, they're doing nothing. We're gonna leave it there though. All right, what are we doing? Oh yeah, we were setting up this item database. One of the things I want to be able to do, Jetty Games asks, what camera is that? Do I have the box here? One sec. One moment. Let me find out what camera is this. It's right here. It's the AI powered. This side. AI powered 4K EPTZ conference camera with remote control and 10x digital zoom. This stream is brought to you by Nexigo. It's a pretty nice camera. I enjoy it. Before that, I was using another like a 1080p camera. This one's got the 4K, so it follows me around. I also am using NVIDIA Broadcast I don't like the AI following on the camera itself, so I actually use NVIDIA Broadcast to follow me about. That said, I think they might both be on, and that's why the camera gets confused sometimes as to where to point. Okay, so we have our item database here. I'd like to be able to reference these by name. And so I'm gonna try something. I would like to scriptable data item database. Okay, so I think I want to have public static string boat is boat. Public static string rope is rope. Public static string wood is wood. So I'm gonna have these predefined constants. There's gonna be some constants I can use when referencing things. Or maybe I should just make them item database pieces. Oh, maybe that's what I do. Item data get private set. Ooh, this is what I'm gonna do. Maybe I like this, maybe I don't like this. I would like to be able to reference these things. As I add more items, I feel like I'm gonna need this should be, sorry, I'm dumb. Rope, wood, boat. Public static item data. Hasn't I said, what is the difference between that and the string you were using before? When you say, so switching it to item data, you mean? So my goal is to populate these when my item database instantiates. Item data gives me the actual item data instance. So there's a class called item data. I don't want to have to look it up by name. So the idea is that there should be something with this name when I load. This feels like a hack to me. Let me say that. I don't like this. Art Berkeless, welcome back, my friend. Sorry if I pronounce. I've never tried to pronounce the last part of your name before, Art. But happy Friday. Welcome aboard. Welcome. Happy to have you here. So I think what I might actually do is rather than using this list. So this isn't. Yeah. So rather than using this list, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. This is really, really what it comes down to here. Is I'm trying to find a nice way to look these things up and reference them. I would like to have the following interface. I would like to be able to do the following. Public item data, get string name, like this. And this is gonna get me back something. As when it says, oh, I see you can add the info inside each one instead of having to use in the strings as names, you add the data later. Yeah, so this is me floundering. You're watching me do what I call waffling. Art says, thank you, I did not consider English speakers when I made up either part of the name. No worries, my friend. Art, happy Friday. It's a beautiful day here. How are you on this beautiful Friday? I hope it's beautiful wherever you are in the world. But yes, thank you. Welcome back. Happy to have you here. I'm floundering is what I'm doing. So I'm gonna do the following. I'm gonna get rid of this list. I'm just gonna say that this is what we have here. And this is a field, serialized field like this. And so I'm gonna do this for now. So this is gonna drop those out here. Art S, what are we doing? We are on day 5 of our crafting system. If you're interested in checking out what we've previously done, there's a little blog you can check out. Today we finished what I hope is the logic of our crafting system, right? So I think you saw that we're building a crafting system that's a grid based, like so. And we're working on getting making a user interface that we can click and do stuff with. So I'm following a tutorial right now on creating like a drag and drop inventory in Unity, and I'm trying to apply it to my grid. So my goal today is to have a drag and drop inventory. We're not gonna be able to combine anything that can use sort of the grid system I've defined, where I want to be able to have sort of portions of the container blacked, like unusable. I hope that makes sense, Art. Hasnoid says, I've got to head off to the train station in a second. Sorry, I haven't been chatting much, just been lurking in the background. No worries, Hasnoid. Remember to keep coding, keep growing, keep being the best you can be, and you are welcome back anytime, my friend. You are welcome back anytime. Have a beautiful day. And so I'm sort of floundering on how I want to get access to this. I do not like the way I have this set up now. It's too specific to what I'm doing. It's not general enough, but it's gonna make it so that I can actually get a prototype thing going. So I'm doing this with knowing that it isn't what I really, really want, and that I hopefully will change it later to something more reasonable. Art says, I'm not so familiar with your crafting UI yet, but I hope to get it. I'll get it in time. Yeah. So me too. Good point. I'm not so familiar with it either. But yeah, it's sort of going to be that you can just drop things in a container and then press a button to combine those things. All right, so now I need to get a reference of this. Okay, so I want to get a reference in my grid slot. I guess in my crafting container UI controller. This is where I can put it so I can have access to it. So we're going to do a public item database, get price. So this is why I don't like this. Field, serialized field. But we're going to do this just for now. So in my user interface, that's where this controller is. I can now attach this database to it. So we can have references in there. And so what I wanted to do is say, okay, well, I'm going to say if I equals 0, this is a total hack. If I equals 0, item dot set item to database dot boat. Art says, I saw boat, rope, and wood. I think, does that mean that you need wood and rope to make a boat? Exactly. It should probably be called raft. Should probably be called raft. Moon says, no, Art. You need wood in a boat to make rope. Yes, that's the much more reasonable choice. That's the much more reasonable option. Database.boat, database.rope, and database.wood. But yes, the idea is that 3 wood in a rope makes a raft, makes a boat. That's sort of what we've been playing around with. Good question. So I'm gonna run this just to make sure that this is working. I don't think it's gonna change the picture, but I could be wrong. We should just have the little, reference has no backing field. Okay, so this is saying on line 24 of grid slot. Icon.image. Okay, so these are not instantiated somehow. So icon must be null here. Let me look at my tutorial here that I'm following. And Immortal says, can you replace the parts in your boat, and how do you have to replace before it's no longer the original boat? So if you replace parts from the boat, this is that age-old question of, as a boat needs maintenance, and you replace the parts of the boat as you go. So eventually, like there's boats that are like 400, 500 years old, but is it the original boat? Because all the parts have been slowly replaced over time. That's it, that's an age-old question. When you go to sleep and wake up, are you the same you, or did you? That's another interesting paradox. Paradox is the wrong word. Interesting thought experiment, maybe. So there's something here. Game control on change, inventory slots. Do I have to make a new image here? Let me grid slot instantiate icon equals new image. Okay, so this isn't, and then adds it to it. Okay, icon equals new image. Oh, so what is going on here? Is it that my item.sprite.texture is not set? Okay, so I'm line 24. The backing field of item data has not been assigned. Item database. Oh, I thought. Okay, so boat, BPAT, boat. This is raft. Okay, rope. Oh, this is weird. I definitely set these once. Rope. Oh, maybe I changed it. I don't know now. Wood. Log. Rope. Okay, that's set here. Sprite is null. Yeah, so I don't know why that's null. I'm quite certain I said it previously, but clearly something happened and it got cleared out. Cool. So we have our little. Here's our raft. Art, what do you think of the raft? What do you think of the raft here? Is it not the most beautiful raft you've ever seen? But it says if you change the variable name or something, then it would remove it. I must have changed the variable name. That's right, Mooniz. It looks like a raft I could make. Just jam logs together. Just gotta jam those logs together. Okay, so we set the item to those. Artist, I would not immediately identify as a raft, but I like the sprite. It took me many attempts to get an AI to generate something even close to a raft. So that's sort of what I stuck with. All right, so we have those. Cool. All right, so next, let's see, what is this telling me to do? It wants me to do on inventory change. This is not something that I've written. So there's some game controller on inventory changed event that they did. And on the event change, they loop through each item, and if it has been picked up, add it to the next empty slot. For each, if it's picked up. So yeah, they have a whole nother system that they've put in here. So let's just read through this to see if we can add our own behaviors. And I might go look at their source code, but I don't have their source code in here. I'm sort of winging it a little bit as I go. But we got our icons in there, which is cool. Add a drag and drop behavior. A ghost icon will appear when the player initiates a drag event on an inventory slot. This lets you freely move the image around the screen without worrying about any funky repositioning logic. Create the ghost image by going back to the UI builder and adding a visual element as a child of container. Name it ghost icon. So we're gonna go to the visual editor here for our crafting grid. And they're saying in the container, we are gonna add in a ghost icon. Okay, so we're gonna create a child. Create a ghost image by going to the UI vision as a child of container name. It is ghost icon. Create the ghost image. The screen ghost icon. What type? Oh, it's a visual element. It's a visual element. All right, this is gonna be our ghost icon. Position is absolute. Okay. Position absolute. So this means it won't like try and position itself. It's gonna be the same size as our other thing. So width and height should be 128. 128. 128. Like that. And visibility hidden. Okay. Where is visibility found? Display, visibility hidden. There we go. When it says you could create a style class to set the size, that's true. I could create a style class to the side and just add the class to your components. It's true. True. That's true. You are correct. But then I wouldn't be following the tutorial. But then I would be, not that I'm actually following this tutorial anyway. Ghost icon. I'm gonna go ahead and extract that, hit save. Okay, make sure the ghost icon is the last child, otherwise it'll appear behind some of the elements. You can set a temporary icon background image to see how it will render. Add a reference to the ghost icon in the UI controller. Okay, so I'm gonna close this. We'll go back to our UI controller. And we're gonna add a reference to it. Our ghost icon. Spooky ghost icon. And then we need to get it using the query. It's interesting that they switch so much between ghost icon equals M root. So sometimes they use Q, sometimes they use query. I feel like you should probably stick to one or the other. This is a visual element. And it's our ghost icon, the spooky ghost icon. Since you are in the inventory UI controller, let's wrap up adding the full drag and drop logic and add 2 more global arrows. That said, Moonies, I am gonna have to add in some logic because I want the grid size needs to sort of be flex. So it shouldn't be 128 by 128. It's probably gonna flex based on how big your grid is. And so like if I have a 4x4 grid, it's gonna flex 4x4. And take up as much space as possible, I think. Though we'll find out when I get to that point. Because right now the grid is kind of dumb. It just sort of lays things out on it, and it doesn't actually do it. Mooney says flex in your grids. Yeah, I gotta flex those grids. Flex those grids. Yeah, essentially. We need to calculate. So I want every row to have the same number of columns, right? So I'll probably do something where I have a set of rows and I add rows and add things to those, so you end up with the right amount. And then we're gonna add this line to awake. That's what we did. Since you are in inventory UI control, let's wrap up adding the full drag and drop logic. Add 2 more lines. Is dragging and original slot. Okay. So we have a Boolean that determines whether or not we're dragging. This is going to be a grid slot. This is the slot we were pulling from, I'm assuming. And add a new start drag. Okay. Let's take a look at what this is doing. Let's see if we can reason through this here. See, I don't have a game controller thing, so we're gonna have to figure out how we want to do that. This would be grid slot. I'm assuming our game controller might actually be controlling the start drag as well. But I could be wrong. Start drag could be a built-in method. Start drag is called by the inventory slot.on pointer down, and its purpose. We add an on pointer down, and its purpose is to start the drag process. The first interesting bit of logic here is that the new position for mghost is set via their style properties. Yeah, we get this from the game controller. So we're gonna have to look into that original slot. mghost icon is equal to, this shouldn't be, I don't know why we're getting it by that slot. So grid slot here, couldn't I just do original slot dot item dot bright dot texture. The problem with this is if you try and click something that's not there. So we'll see if that works. So our ghost icon gets set based on that. Set it to true. Okay. By subtracting half the width and height, you ensure that it appears in the center of the mouse. Okay, that makes sense. There are 2 more pointer events that need to be registered. Register. Okay, so this is where we were. mghost icon. So this is in our awake. Add these down here for now. Pointer move, pointer up. Did I miss registering the pointer down? Isn't there? I must have missed something here. Let's pointer down. It's called by the on pointer down. Jammy says, hi, amazing people. Hope you all good. We're doing fabulous, Jammy. I hope you're doing fabulous. Welcome back. Welcome aboard. Happy Friday to you. How are you, Jammy? How are you? Code Red says, how's it going? It's going beautifully well, Code Red Games. Welcome aboard. Happy to have you here today. Happy to have you here today. Real quick, everybody, I forgot to do some shout outs. We have a bunch of awesome people here today. We got Art in our chat. Art is a game developer creating his own C# engine. Not C#. Making his own engine in C++ for a first-person hack and slash game called the Warlock's Gauntlet. You gotta give him some love. Hit that little heart button. Hit that heart button. Art's amazing. Loving his stream. You gotta go check it out. He's getting ready to release a demo. So you gotta check him out. Jamie says, I was able to keep my biggest client this week, so I am pretty happy. Awesome. That's always wonderful. So we're gonna wait for this timeout to finish here. But while we do that, folks, check out Code Red Games is making a game called Rogue Blight. On the screen. Are you ready for it? Rogue Blight. Here's a little preview of what Rogue Blight looks like. It's this amazing, horrifying. Look at those assets. Look at that gorilla trying to fight that girl. That girl's gonna stomp you into the ground. If you like games that chew you up, spit you out, and leave you asking for more, Rogue Blight is gonna be for you. Art says Warlock, the Warlock has a certain ring to it. That's right. But Code Red Games, folks, you gotta give Code Red a follow as well. While we're waiting for that cooldown. While we're waiting for that shout out cooldown, click that link. Click that link. It's gonna bring you over to a Steam page. It's gonna bring you over to that Steam page. Scroll it down. Click add to your wishlist because this game's gonna be epic. Game of the year 2024. I guarantee it. That's the Captain Coder seal of approval, folks. I've played the demo. It's awesome. If you want to get your hands on that demo, you know you want to get your hands on that. You want to get your hands in there. You want to get those hands in there, right? I gotta wait 20 more seconds. You gotta follow Code Red Games, get your hands on that demo. If you are in, let's watch that one more time. Let's watch it one more time. while we wait, we're gonna watch it one more time. Roguelite here. If you want to get your hands on this game, you're gonna go over to CodeRad's stream. You're gonna hang out over there. You're gonna chit chat with him. He streams daily, working on that game, crossing things off his list. You streams daily. You're gonna be over there, hanging out in that stream, chatting with him, checking out the game. It's not only do you get to see the awesome development, see the cool graphics, the amazing stuff he's working on, you also are gonna gain some channel points. And with those channel points, folks, you can get yourself a demo key. So click that heart button. Click at the top of your chat. The top of your chat's a little bit of love. Give CodeRad some love. Do it. Do it now. Don't make CodeRad. Why are you making CodeRad? Don't cry. Hey, real quick.
You in the back, pay attention.
Click that heart button. You're gonna make CodeRad cry. We don't want to make CodeRad cry. Art says, my hands into the half-skinned giant gorilla. I'm not so sure. Murder says, yeah, I don't know about touching the half-skinned gorilla though. Looks like they're engaged in guerrilla warfare. Badoom. That's a good one, Immortal Kid. That's a good one. Made me smile. Made my day. We got another legend in our midst as well. The legendary Moonniz, folks. You see that beautiful little cloud there? You gotta go through a clouds to get to the moon. And if you go through the clouds to get to the moon, you know Moonniz. Moonniz, an incredible streamer, currently working on a Metroidvania base game on his stream. Gotta check it out. Give him some love. We gotta wait for this cooldown one more time. 52 seconds, come on, Twitch. Why are you making me wait so long? Moonniz is doing some awesome, did you see that? That's right, the Moonniz logo is super slick. I gotta get rid of that black background. But click on Moonniz's name real quick. Give them a follow. Moonniz, real game developer, epic game developer, taught me everything I know about Unity. There's so many awesome people here, folks. I can't possibly shout out all of you. I'm gonna try and give you some. Ooh, we got a woe chain started, folks. Enough people excited about stuff. Can we finish that woe chain, folks? Can we finish it? Can you do it? Only the crew can do it. Art says, Moonniz, when do we get a game about the cloud or we appear as an adorable NPC in your current one? And it says, Art, maybe the main character will be a cloud. And that's right. Or, whoa, we got a woe chain. We completed Immortal Kid. Thank you so much for helping us finish that woe chain. Whoa, indeed. Whoa, indeed. Has it been 52 seconds? Can we give Moonniz a shout out yet? Come on. There we go. Hit that little heart button. Give Moonniz some love, folks. Give Moonniz some love. Cloud hype. That's right, Art. That's right. Some cloud hype. So many awesome people here today, folks. So many awesome people. I'm so sorry. It's so hard for me to shout out all of you. I do my best. Revere as well. Revere. Making a space trucking game, Unforgiven Space. His goal is to beat Star Citizen to release. It's essentially a parody of Star Citizen. Absolutely awesome. Game looks awesome. Incredible 3D art. Doing it all himself in Unity, C#. Fascinating stream. Fun to go watch. I'm learning so much about Blender. I'm gonna get you on the stream, Revere. I'm gonna get you. We're gonna do some dual stream. You're gonna teach me how to blend, and you're gonna ask, will it blend? And the answer will be maybe. The answer will be maybe. I gotta figure it out. I gotta figure that out. But thank you everybody so much for being here. We got Shiny Games too. There's so many awesome people in here right now. So thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you. I totally appreciate you so much for hanging out with me, making my day, making me feel special. And we're trying to get this registered here. I don't understand. Each image shot will be monitored on pointer down. What I don't understand is it has me add this code. Register on move. There are 2 more pointer events that need to be registered. I don't think we even registered one though. Okay. One sec. Can we actually do a shout out for Revere yet? 19 more seconds. Add this to the UI control and add the final methods for UI control on pointer movement, on pointer up. It's a lot that I'm just copying here. I don't tend to like the whole copy and paste thing because I'm not learning what I need to learn when I do that. So folks, you shouldn't do a whole lot of copy and pasting. There's no inventory items here. So we gotta see that my code is set up differently than what they have here. So we actually gotta, I'm gonna read through this a bit and we gotta adapt it to what we're doing. A little bit. All right, so on pointer up, on pointer move. On pointer move, it's gonna move our, if we're not dragging, we don't do anything. If we are dragging, we update the position to the mouse. Okay. And then on pointer up, it's sort of like we need to figure out where to drop it. Check to see if they're dropping the ghost. So I'm gonna have to update my code here somehow to do it. Art says the number of bugs I've created by copy pasting my own code is already missing. Yeah, if you're copy pasting, that's a code smell. You shouldn't if you're copy and pasting, that's almost certainly a code smell. So many of my bugs are copy and paste bugs, or like I put the wrong variable name somewhere. Yeah. So the start drag needs to do a thing. Rest of the drag process. On pointer down. In the inventory slot, we'll monitor on pointer down. And then it's gonna call start drag. Okay. It's actually creating an item if it is, then it'll call start drag. Okay, so start drag. So they've organized this in an interesting way that you gotta like, we're adding a whole bunch of code and not testing things, and I don't like that all that much. Art says, though some of them have been interesting, the last really spectacular resulted in part of the level going invisible when you fired a gun. Ooh, that sounds like that's a big gun you're firing if it destroys the whole level, Art. What kind of, that seems like that could just, you could turn that into an ability in the game called self-destruct. Turns the green screen that way, says sorry, goodbye, and then closes the program. Closes the program. Powerful ability. Destroys everything in the game. Okay. So in our inventory slot, so this is for me, this is going to be grid slot. So we're going to have to come back and fix this stuff up here. So my drop is going to have to do something different. But our grid slot here, register callback. Pointer event on pointer down. It's so interesting that they have you do this first and then write this. So we're gonna create this in our grid slot. I'm gonna move it down to the bottom. Format, inventory UI controller. And this actually should be our crafting. What I don't like, crafting UI controller start drag. Did we make that a static method? It is a static method. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right, so grid slot then, item GUID equals, so in this case, ours would be item equals null. And we'll figure something else out about this. I don't quite like this whole thing. Not the left mouse button. So event button this is getting like which mouse button. So this encoding is interesting as well. On pointed down, the icon.image equals null. So it's gonna clear out the image we're clicking on, I think. Crafting container, it's gonna start drag the position we're at and this item. Okay, and then we need to register this. So we're gonna add this to our, up here. So on pointer down, we do this. So this code, it's doing a lot. So let me see if I can sort of recap and understand. I've done a whole lot of code here and not entirely understood it and haven't run anything. So the grid slot, this is each of the icons. We're gonna say when we click down, if not the left mouse button. So I don't quite understand this. I think it's because it's saying, don't I want it to, if it's not the left mouse button, 0 is the left mouse. So it's saying we have to use the left mouse button and the item has to be something. If it is, we clear the item and we start the drag event. So let's see if that works. When I click on it, it should clear the item, start the drag event. There we go. So it does do that. When I let go, my release code isn't implemented yet. So my release code On move, we just update the position. So if we're dragging, we update it. Start drag sets it to true. And then when we release, we do happen to set it to false. The original slot equals null. Okay, so let's see if we can understand what's going on here. Check to see if they're dropping the ghost icon over any inventory slots. So this is interesting. Inventory items, this should be, gotcha. This is our grid slots. So we're gonna loop over all of our grid slots. We need to import link here. And we're gonna say, do any of those slots overlap with our ghost icon? Okay. Do any of the slots overlap with our ghost icon? If they do, so if the count is not equal to 0, so that means it's greater than 0. I personally would have written this greater than 0. That means that we do overlap, and this would be a grid slot. Then we're gonna find the one that is nearest to our position. All right, so we're able to do first here because we know we have at least one. And then this, rather than hold item, we do set item. And the set item for us, we don't have like a game controller. This is why they're using that GUID. The set item for us, we need to store that information, original slot. Yeah, so we should be able to do original slot dot item, because our original slot is set here, and then clear the original slot. So the original slot dot clear item. Okay. Finally, if we didn't find any dragged items, so this is on release. Okay, so this is on release. Format my document. The icon of the original needs to get set back to, oh, did I clear it out here? Release night, it is gone forever. That's right, G. It's gone forever. You didn't want it anyway. I don't know. So I'm a little confused here why our image, because it should be original slot dot item dot sprite dot texture. Okay. So this is sort of our translated version. Let's see if we can do that. One thing I don't quite like is well, we'll see. There's some coding things I don't like about this. There's some stylistic stuff, not in like the coding, the way the code's written, like using ifs and stuff. That doesn't bother me. It's sort of like the behavior here feels like maybe it should be in our grid slot, not our UI controller here. So I would probably refactor a little bit, but I'm just learning how this interaction stuff works. So let's see here if we got that. So we can drag this into that spot. Okay. All right. So we can drag things around. Very, very cool. All right. So we have our crafting drag and drop stuff going on. Pretty happy with that. That's it. Hit play. Bonus samples. Okay. So that's the whole tutorial. Okay. So we did it. We managed to finish a thing. With the tutorial. I'm super, super happy with that. So our first goal is finish the inventory drag and drop tutorial. We did it, folks. We did it. And you know, we're gonna do a commit. Let's do a commit first, actually. Here, save all, file, save all. Let us commit this. Did I change anything over there? We finished it, folks. We done, wrapped it up. All right, chore, finish, GUI, inventory tutorial. All right, so we finished the inventory tutorial. And so now we have some things that we can use here to sort of play around with. So let's talk. So now my next goal. Oh, actually, for being here to witness this moment, okay, all of you, thank you so much for being here to witness. 50 points to all of you. We did it together. We finished the inventory drag and drop tutorial. Awesome. Now I would like to make it so the grid actually displays based off of a crafting container grid. All right, so we would essentially over here, there's gonna be a field that we can specify the specific crafting container to use. And then this is gonna show a grid based off that crafting container. So the crafting container we've specified. Over here, craft, and we have a workbench, and the workbench. So here's in my ideal world, here's the dream I have. Here's the dream the captain has. I'm gonna be able to add this to our interface here. So you'll be able to specify which one of these. There's gonna be a spot on our UI interface. So the crafting controller. So we're gonna add that first. All right, so this needs to have the public crafting container data, container type, or crafting container, get private set, and this is going to be of type item data. Okay, so we have a crafting container like that. Let's see if we can do that. Or do I have to do like my game item there? Let's take a look. Okay, so we have a spot for it. Let's see if can I put my workbench there? I can. All right, so my crafting, I put my workbench here. When we initialize this thing now, it should initialize based on this specification, which is it's a 4x4. So we should generate a 4x4. I want the title of this to say workbench. And then I would like these specific slots to be grayed out. Okay, so when we wake up, rather than looping over 20, well, I need to get a reference to my title. Let's do that as well. Let me update the title first. Let's look at our UI here. This is our crafting container grid. This is wrong. I always do the wrong one. In the wrong one again, folks. I clicked on the wrong one. This is called our header. So I should be able to get it based off of that. So I can do var this is var, not var, header. And it's not a visual element. I should be able to put like header dot. I did this in the last project. I need to find that it is a text label. Do I put text label here or label? I think I can do label here. Let us see if that's true. If that's not, we're gonna run this and see. Close this. Header. We'll hit run. Just see if when it wakes up, we get an error. Well, it might be returning null too. Didn't get an error. Let's do header dot text. Can you do text like that? Yeah, equals. And this is going to be our crafting container dot name. Okay, let's see if we get the name in there. Let's run it. Let's see how we did. We'll run this. These warnings are going to drive me nuts. I got to fix that. Okay, so now it's going to be whatever crafting container, it'll say that in there. Awesome. That was pretty straightforward and easy. Next, rather than looping for I equals 0, I less than, we're going to loop through and say for int r equals 0. R is less than our crafting container dot rows, r plus plus. And then for int c equals 0, c is less than our crafting container dot column. So we loop through our rows and our columns. And what we're going to do is we're going to say we have our positions here. So this is interesting. Does our crafting container have a better? Let's go look at crafting container interface. Can I get just What would be nice is it'd be nice if I had a thing that said like valid positions. Yeah, so positions is actually giving us not what we need back, because this only gives us the things that we have. So this is telling me that my interface should probably be a little bit better. But knowing rows and columns, we can do it this way. It's just not, I need slightly different interface to be able to query this in a better, like a more reasonable way, or a simpler way. For now, let's do this though. And I'm pretty sure I'll refactor it. Hash set of position, invalid positions is equal to a crafting category dot in crafting container dot invalid position. Can I implicitly convert to core dot position? Core dot position. Call this invalid. We might even call it grayed out positions. Okay. And we're going to create a position. So we're going to say if invalid positions dot contains our row and column. We need to do a new position here. New position. Or dot position. So if we have that, we're going to add in, we sort of like need an invalid grid slot, or a grid slot needs the idea of something that is like not usable. So we could make a grid slot called public, or a field here, public bool is invalid. And this one needs to be publicly settable, so we can set it outside. Or part of the constructor, actually. I like that better. Private set grid slot image. Right, so this one is going to take in a bool is invalid. And we're going to say that the default is false. So you can optionally set it. And we're going to say is invalid. It's going to be equal to the argument here. Okay. So you can optionally specify. So in this case, we will say if it's not valid. So we have, previously we had a grid slot. I wish I hadn't deleted that here, but we have, let me copy this. Go back in time. I should have commented it out. Here we go. Comment that out, and we're refactoring it this way. Mooney says doing pull-ups with just 5 kilograms extra weight is ridiculously much harder. Absolutely, absolutely. Revere says dumb inheritance question. Waiting. Here it comes. Can we wait for this supposedly dumb inheritance question? So we're gonna do grid slot item is equal to, and I'm gonna say if it isn't valid. So if it's an invalid slot, do a new grid slot is invalid true. Otherwise, new grid slot like this. So we're getting grid slot this way. Revere says trying to override an on trigger enter on a child class and it's still triggering the base for some reason. Wondering what I'm doing wrong. Revere void new on trigger enter. Trying to override an on trigger. Do you have the word override? Oh, so is the parent class virtual? Revere, can you post your code on the Discord? Can you post both the super class and the subclass on the Discord in the ask for help section? So that I can see it. So there's gonna be a ask for help section. Could you post both your super class and subclass? So you on trigger enter is a unity thing. So if he is subclass, and here's the thing, it sounds like he has a super class and a subclass and he wants to subclass the super class. In that case, you do need to have a virtual on it. So if you're inheriting from a super class, you have to add virtual to the parent class so that you can override it in the subclass. But post your code in the Discord both the superclass and the subclass, and I'll take a look. Okay, here we go. Hash set court. So we get a grid slot here. And one of the things I need to do is I sort of need to know how many rows and columns this thing is going to have. But grid slots dot add item. And this should just be called, I think I want to call this slot, not an item. It's like an item slot, or yeah. Grid slots dot add. But if you use the new keyword, you could potentially solve it without having a virtual. Oh, I see what you're saying, Mooniz. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It depends on how you want to use it. So if this, here's the thing, Mooniz, if your super class, it depends on how you want to use it. So I've often used it where I want like my super class to have some functionality and then extend that functionality. So you're probably right, because I've wanted to do like super, I call the base class and have it do its on trigger and then also extend it with the subclass. Do it on the Ask Help forum. But Mooniz, you're probably right. That's probably a better solution, and you don't have to worry about the inheritance part of it. Gonna add that in an m slot container.add slots. One thing that what I want to do is make this contain the correct number of things. All right, so anyway, this should have 16 slots on it. Grid slot, this is interesting. Does not hide the member crafting container does not hide an accessible member. The new keyword is not required. What did I change? I don't even really think I need these. Let's see. So I'm not using that feature. It's a cool feature. Okay, so now we have this. If I were to make this bigger, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it made the correct number of these. What I need to do is if my sprite is invalid, so my background here, where am I referencing the background image? The Ask for Help forum, yeah. So on Discord, I think, there it is. Child class still triggering parent. Let's look at this. So you have a monolith, new arrival points. Okay, so this is your parent class, I'm assuming. So you have nav point mono behavior. You have an on trigger enter, like this. And then you have an on trigger enter here, like that. So I think Mooniz's suggestion is on this line, Revere, is that you do, so I think the suggestion is that this line becomes private new void, like this. And so I think this will hide the parent one from you. Let me know if Mooniz, is this what you're suggesting? I see Mooniz is typing here. Okay, yes, give that a shot, Revere. See if that works. Yeah. Oh, I think it's because on trigger enter are event handlers. Yeah. It's giving you an issue. Okay, so instead, so I also think what you could do in the parent class. So if that's giving you an issue in the parent class, I don't know if this is the best one. So change the parent class. So the option that I was suggesting is change the parent class to protected virtual. You make it a virtual method. So in the parent class. in parent class. And then in the subclass, in subclass, try to do protected override. Protected, like that. Which is, I'm not sure the on trigger enter method will trigger if it's virtual, but I might be wrong. I feel like I've done this before, but I could be wrong. So give that a shot. Let me know, because I don't know. So as you guys know, I'm pretty new to Unity. But Unity does these aren't virtual, they're like magic methods. But I'm curious if you do this, if it will do it, because it might not, because I think they're doing some bytecode injection stuff. Give it a shot, Revere. Let me know if this works. I'd be curious if it doesn't. If it doesn't, it's just good information for me to have. Tricky question. Where is my background image? I know I have one. So I just need to figure out where it's referenced in our, is it in our user interface? Not in our user interface. In our grid slot. Oh, it's in our UI. It's in our UI where it's referenced. Okay. So I want to make it so that way if we set item, we'll do if, we can't do it here. Yeah. On pointer down, if is, what did I call this? This is invalid. So if we is invalid, we can't use this one. Okay, so if is invalid, you can't click it, you can't start dragging it like that. Set item here. We're gonna have this return if something changed. So in this case, we'll say if is invalid, return false. So we're not allowed to set the item if it is invalid. We're gonna make this a bool like this. So when we try to set the item, it just won't let us. Okay. So in this case here, I do want to change the background color of it. And grid slot icon. Let's add class to list. Grid slot icon. If is invalid, icon.add to class list. Grid slot icon invalid. Right, so we're gonna update our invalid to change it. Mooney says the other option is neither of the options work, is to add a new virtual method in the base class that is called from the on trigger enter method. Ooh, that might be what I did. Actually, now that you've mentioned that, Munez, I think that might be how I did it, and it sort of forwarded the information based on the subclass. Oh, I think that's what I did. I'm curious. The new thing, I'm surprised the new thing didn't work. Maybe it's just the order. Still triggering. Regnus with the missile thief lurk, with the lurk. Welcome back, Regnus. All right, so the alternative that Munez is suggesting, Revere, is the following. And this is an interesting option. So Munez is suggesting the following. Take your on trigger from your parent class. Okay. So we're gonna delete this. This didn't work. Delete like this. You're gonna take your code and you're gonna create a new method. Create new method in parent. And this method's gonna be called, it's gonna be a protected virtual void handle trigger, like this. And you're gonna put parent logic here, okay? Then you're gonna change, so all the entire contents of this get moved inside of this handle trigger. And your on trigger handle becomes, so this is collider other. This is just a forward to handle trigger other. So your on trigger enter becomes this. And then you put your logic there. Now in your subclass, all right, in subclass, delete in your subclass the on trigger, all right? So in your subclass, this becomes protected override handle trigger. Let me see if I can get this. Let me know if that works. Mooniz, great suggestion. This is a Mooniz suggestion. Mooniz, for such a great suggestion, my friend. You don't need any more points, but I gotta give them to you. I gotta give them to you. 50 points, my friends, to you. Revere, let me know if that works, because I think this is an excellent solution to it. Yeah. I don't know if excellent solution is the right word. This is a potential solution. The new one, I think, is the better solution if we can figure out how to get that work. It's just a syntax issue, I think. Okay, so we're gonna say is invalid. We're gonna do this here. So I need to open up my my actual UI code now, the USS here. And so our ghost icon, our grid slot container, which icon am I doing here? Let's close this, close this. This is in our grid slot. Grid slot icon invalid. Grid slot icon. Grid slot container. Add to classless. Oh, so it shouldn't be our icon. It should be this one. Add to classless grid slot container here. And so this one, grid slot container dash invalid. And we're gonna create a parent class here. So we're gonna do grid slot container valid, and the valid one's gonna have this image, and the invalid one is going to have a different image. This is fascinating. I don't know where this came from. Gonna drop this for now. That's interesting that's there. Item slot invalid.png. So I'm gonna have to make that. Is this not how I set this up? I swear this is how I set this up before. Anyway, we're gonna find out in a moment here. So in this case, we'll do else add class here, and this is going to be our grid slot valid. Raves, alternatively, I could set up a nav points as an interface, but they're pretty dumb objects that just do one thing. And then we have a follow. The man Opak, the man Opak clicked the follow me. The man Opak, the man Opak, welcome to the crew. Opak, 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 I would like to welcome thee. Opak, 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 thank you for following me. Opak, thank you for the follow, my friend. Happy Friday to you. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the crew. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. I am a computer science educator. I'm a computer science instructor. I teach programming to students, to kids aged 10 to 14, but I'm also here. We're here to learn and grow and code together. So feel free to ask me anything program related or otherwise. Just keep it family friendly. That's all I ask. And backseat coding is absolutely encouraged here. So thank you for the follow. So happy to have you here. Gordienko Games, welcome back, my friend. So nice to see you this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you happen to be. Mupsis, Mupsis. That was a righteous welcome. Mupsis, Mupsis. I welcome you as well. Welcome to the Crew Academy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ooh, that song was not as good, Mupsis. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That one wasn't as good. For everyone, I'm so sorry. You had to listen to that. 50 points to all of you for having to listen to my not so great song. But Mupsis, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Muna says, well, to be honest, Revere, there is no real reason for inheritance. If you inherit, you should create a parent class that only has the similar values like proximity trigger, max speed, and on draw gizmo, and then inherit from that in both of your classes. Yeah, so there's a inheritance is a dangerous game to play. It's a dangerous game to play. It's always a little tricky. Composition tends to be the way to go. So inheritance, you can code yourself into some gnarly holes. And so you got to be a little bit careful with it, especially in Unity where everything's component based. So it may not be the best solution. I'm not sure though. I don't know exactly what your code looks like. All right, so we're trying to do this. So I'm really curious. Really curious, for anyone who's new here, we are working on a crafting system. In Captain Coders Academy, we try and do a new project every 1 or 2 weeks. Sometimes it goes a little bit longer than that. But we're currently working on a crafting system, trying to do this in 7 days. We're on day 5. If you want to go see everything we've done so far, crafting.captaincoder.org, go check it out. We got some learning goals. We're making some great products. We learned about scriptable objects, learned about dynamically linked libraries in Unity. We're learning about the UI toolkit right now, and we're trying to put together this crafting system here. So it's been a fun adventure thus far. But be sure to ask lots of questions. If you have any questions, I want to hear them. All right, so this did not seem to do quite what I want. I was expecting some of these. Oh, I didn't make an image. Hang on, that's why. I didn't make an image here. Let's open our background image and change it. We're gonna put a big ol' X on it in our assets and sprites. Slot background's gonna change it. Moon says, question, if the moon is made out of cheese, why isn't there mold on it? Maybe there is. Maybe there is mold on it. Are you sure that there's no mold? We're gonna change this color, folks. We're gonna fill this up with, we'll just do red for now, just because I want to see the change. Just want to see it. How do you know there's no mold? Have you been to the moon, Mooniz? I know for a fact that I'm not moldy. Well, Mooniz, they cut off most of the mold, but are you sure none of it grew back? Are you sure none of it grew back, my friend? I'm going to export this as item background slot. What did I say in my file here? Item slot invalid. Item slot background. Item slot invalid. We're going to export that. Export. Art says, I thought you were the Moon Master. The Moon Master. All right, let's check this out. Gonna hit this little run. Get a little bit of runnage. Nope, not working. It ain't not working. Okay, so that is interesting that our image isn't coming through. Moose says, Art, I'm not asking questions, Art. I'm asking questions to see if Mr. Captain knows. Look. Hey, look. Only the nose knows what it knows. And sometimes the captain's not as smart as the nose. You gotta remember. Whoa. That's right, whoa. Moon is redeemed the woe. Redeemed a woe there. That's right, Art, it's an interrogation. What's with this line of questioning? Who are you? I think something's gone terribly. I don't think my image was ever working as a background to begin with. We're gonna try something out here. Border, oh no, there's no, background color here. I don't think our image was ever coming through. So I'm gonna try something. Background, 000. Background R. GB. Captain Colgate. Captain Colgate. Captain Colgate, I would like to welcome you. Captain Colgate, thank you for the follow. I said, Captain Colgate, how are you? I'd like to welcome you to the crew, 'cause you're Captain Colgate, and I welcome you to Captain Coder's Academy. We welcome you to Captain Coder's Academy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think it's Captain Colgate. If it's not Captain Colgate, let me know, my friend. But happy Friday. Welcome aboard. So happy to have you here. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very, very much. But yeah, welcome aboard. If you have any questions, program related or otherwise, do not hesitate to ask. I am a computer science educator. And I am, I'm here to have fun. We're here to learn and code and grow together. So backseat coding is absolutely encouraged and welcome. But welcome. Happy to have you here. Let's see. I missed a little bit of a chat here. Muniz, objection. Muniz gives Art 3 points. Very kind of you, Muniz. Captain Colgate says it is Captain. I'm glad to hear it. From one captain to another, I welcome you to the crew, my friend. So happy you are here with us. One little thing here is this background. To see whether or not this is having any effect, I'm going to get rid of this background color and check it out. Is this doing anything? Okay, so these do not seem grid slot container valid, grid slot container invalid. Grid slot, oh. It helps if you use the right name here. It really does. I promise you, it really helps. This is one of those PEBCAC issues I like to talk about. Let's see here. There we go. Now our image is there. Now we're cooking with images. Now we just got to get our grid to line up right. All right, so Captain Colgate, I welcome you here, my friend. We are in the process of building a crafting system in Unity and C#, and we're making some progress. I'm not quite there. I want this grid to be a 4x4 grid. We've defined a crafting container right now. This is our workbench. It's going to be 4x4. The corners are going to be grayed out. You can't use those corners. It's just not allowed. And we're going to be moving things into the other slots here. Right now, our grid sort of flows across the top here. It just flows, and when it gets to the end, it goes a new one. So I need to make it so that we can create rows in here. We have the right number of slots. And we're correctly identifying the invalid slots we can't put things into, but we are not rendering properly. But we're super close. We're so close. So close, I can taste it. Faraday Nori, I would like to welcome you to the crew now. Faraday Nori, welcome to the crew. How are you today, Faraday Nori? How are you today on this beautiful Friday morn? Faraday Nori, that's Far-ID Nori, or if it's Far-ID Nori, or if it's Farad Nori, I'm so sorry for not quite getting it right. Please correct me. I'd love to get your name correct. I'd like everyone to feel nice and welcome here in the crew. If I can get the name right, I hope to do so. But welcome aboard, my friend. Happy Friday. Welcome to Captain Coder's Academy. I'm so happy to have you here. If you have any questions, program related or otherwise, do not, and I repeat, do not hesitate to ask. I am happy to help out. And backseat coding is encouraged here. We are learning and coding and growing together, my friend. Happy Friday. All right. So I need to do the following, I believe. I think I need to make a grid row class. So we have this grid slot. We have a grid slot, but I believe we need a grid row as well. So I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna call this a grid row. And the idea is the grid rows are gonna be from top to bottom. So we're gonna rename this grid row. And the idea is our grid row is really just a container to store items. So I'm gonna grid row, and really it's just gonna be a thing that has a class inside of it that we instantiate to make it do some stuff. I don't even know if we need a whole class for it, but the idea is this is gonna be a visual element that gets added to help separate our slots, right? So in this case, this whole thing, the whole purpose of this is to be able to add in a grid row and have some CSS, some USS, as you will. Not CSS, this is Unity style sheeting, a grid row to it, and then our grid slots get added to that. So when we come in our container, we're gonna make a grid row equals new grid row. We're gonna make the grid row here. This is gonna get added to our slot container. Add row like this. Slot container. And then I think rather than adding here, this would be our row.add slot as well. Can I do that? Okay, so I think this is what I want. So I have my row, and I add my slots to it. Let's see if we still get these things on the screen. I don't know if we will. I really don't know. We do, there we go. All right, problem. Look at that. That was way easier than I thought it was gonna be. Can make it center a little bit nicer. Wow. I thought my plan was to add some styling to make it show up there like that. Oh, wow. That was like perfect timing essentially too. Okay. All right, so the ultimate test here is if I go to my crafting, we have a workbench. We're gonna make another one. We're gonna call this, someone give me an idea. I have a workbench, the crafting thing. Sewing kit maybe? Sewing, loom. Let's go with loom. If someone has a different idea, I'd happy to do it. We're gonna do a loom. Our loom will be 2x2 and it will have no invalid slots. No invalid slots. And instead of woodworking, we have to create a new crafting category. And the crafting category is going to be sewing or tailoring. And the name of this will be tailoring. So we created a new crafting category. In our crafting, we created a loom, and this one is going to be tailoring. Let's go with something that's not square. Let's go with 3 rows and 2 columns. So it'll be like tall, 4x2, 4x3, 4x3. Let's try that. And if we go into our interface here, we say, okay, well, this is gonna be our loom. And we'll run this. Let's check it out. This is exciting. I can't believe that just worked like that. 4x3, is that right? Loom, 4 rows. Okay, so it's the rows, it gets added. It should be 4 rows, 3 columns. 4 rows and 3 columns. So what's going on here? We add a row and we add our columns. That's interesting. So we add our rows. Why are they going? Oh, it's because our flow. Okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense. What I'm gonna do, just so we can see what's happening, the first element in each one of my rows, I'm gonna put a red spot on it. Dramilk says, how are the tests going? No tests. We've written no tests today, my friend. We're doing really, really well. In each one of our rows, I'm gonna put the first element. So we should have 4 of these are gonna be our invalid. So we'll be able to see it here. Right now, we're going top to bottom, I believe. Yeah, so our rows are sort of columns, and I think that is related to, excuse me on that hiccup. I don't know why I get these weird hiccups. This is like one-off hiccups. I've mentioned it before. Someone told me, it's like, that you hiccup a lot. I was like, I don't hiccup a lot. I never noticed till they said something about it. It's that I hiccup, I'll hiccup once. So our slot container, here's I think what it is that this, one of these things flexes left to right, and I think I want to flex it top to bottom. So it's like our row should go top to bottom, and then I think our slot container, no, hang on. Yeah, slot container. So this should be called like our row container. So our rows should go top to bottom, and then our rows should flex left to right. Let's see if this, I don't know that this is gonna fix it. Inside of, I think I need to add a style for flexing left to right, specifically on this grid row things. I think it needs a flex left to right. This might do something interesting. Yeah. Okay. So let me try that. I should probably look at the debugger a little bit. That said, we got to stop here in about 5 minutes. I got to get ready for work today. But we did it. We actually did it, folks. I opened pencil again. The pencil application. Let's go over to our styles here. And so we were going to do a grid row. And I think our grid row needs to flex. This is interesting. Flex column. Flex direction. Let's go look at options for flex direction. Flex direction. If it follows CSS, we have row and column. Flex direction, we're gonna try column here. I think that's left to right. Let's try that. Switch it to row. I gotta learn how to use the debugger in this so I can inspect, well, what are the... There we go. Oh, we did it. We did it, folks. We have a 4x3. It's not centered properly. We'll figure that part out. But ideally, this whole thing would just be like the size of this container. So like rather than being like this size of the window, it's sort of flex. I want to restyle it so it like wraps around it. But we got it. That's awesome. So if we were to come in here and, you know, this, I'm going to rename this from here to crafting container UI. We swap this out. Rather than being a loom, we switch it to the workbench, and we get our 4x4 like that. And again, we're gonna make this workbench be a window that holds over there, and potentially maybe make it so you can move it around. And then if I set it to my loom has 4 rows and 3 columns. Boom, boom, folks. Thank you guys so much for being here to witness this momentous occasion. We did it. We did it. We got to do a commit. Let's come in here. We got to do a commit. This was beautiful. This was our update grid to display based on crafting container grid. Awesome. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we just got to wire this thing up. We're going to do it. We're going to make this in, I think we're going to do it. So feet, this is refactor crafting container grid to use crafting container data. Awesome. Let's go let's sync this up. We done did it. Rarely do I actually manage to finish all this. So first off, everyone for being here to witness this momentous occasion, 50 points to all of you for seeing us finish this task, and then we finished all the tasks. You know what that means? 100 points to everybody, folks. Mupsis, thank you. No, thank you. Mupsis says, thanks, Captain. Have a great Friday. No, Mupsis, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I will be back tomorrow. So we got 2 days this week and we're going to be working on this. I'll be back tomorrow. We got to finish this. We're so close. So close. If you want, excuse me, you don't have to, but we do have a Discord. If you have questions, if you have comments, if you have concerns, you can join this Discord. Next week, we got a new project happening. If you want to suggest what project we're going to work on next week, come on into the Discord, suggest a project. No pressure, no pressure. I'd love to ask what you guys want, but I'm not sure what we're going to be working on next. The reason we're doing a crafting system is because it was suggested, folks. It was suggested. We're having a lot of fun doing it too, and we're almost there. We're so close, so I can taste it. I can taste it. But let's see who we got to go visit now before I go to work. Let's take a look, Elu, at who is streaming. I've got so many people. We're gonna go raid Clayman Dev. Clayman Dev's been raiding me a lot this week, so we're gonna go raid Clayman. Anyone doesn't know? Clayman, epic indie game developer, folks. Epic indie game developer. You gotta go check his stuff out. Let's give a shout out to Clayman. Clayman. Yeah, real quick. I promise you're not gonna regret it. Hit that little follow button. Hit that little follow button. You're gonna love us some Clayman. And you're gonna go see why in just a moment. In just a moment, you're gonna see the beauty that is Clayman Dev stream. All right, folks. I'm gonna have, as always, keep coding, keep growing, be the best you can be, and as always, you are welcome back anytime. Real quick though, we got Mupsis following me. I wanna thank you for following me. Mupsis, thank you so much. I wanna thank you for following me. Mupsis, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Have yourself a beautiful day. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 7 a.m. Eastern. 7 a.m. Eastern. Have yourself a beautiful day, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
That is where all the boring people go. My God, Captain Coder! Captain Coder raid! That was the stream. Thank you so much for the